hang on. I always record early. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, action.
Okay, so we're going to do our art class, aren't we, guys?
But I'm going to dip my brush in water.
Okay, you guys can dip your brush in the water. We are using watercolour paints and we're doing a colour wheel. So we have a lemon yellow, we've got a vermilion red, which is a warm red, and we've got an ultramarine blue, which is a cool blue. And I've just used takeaway container lids because they make good palettes. Okay, so dipping your brush in water. You can use your number 6 or your number 4 for this.
Okay.
And we've got the nice soft
I'm
brushes.
going to use my teeth for this.
Soft acrylic brushes, you can buy them at $2 shops or Officeworks. Or anyway, you will also need a tissue. Hold a tissue in your hand, please.
Why?
Because you will need to sop off the excess water off your brush. We're doing watercolours on watercolour paper. Now, when you're doing watercolour, I'll show you a really easy way to, I'll show you a really easy way to do this. You want to start with blue? You just get water on your brush and you brush over the part that says blue. Just water. I've actually gone over the edge a bit, but that's fine.
So I get...
No, just water over the area that says blue, just brush the water on. Make it nice and wet.
Oh, okay.
So
I
that,
nearly just did the tea.
yeah, and you can get a little bit more water, and then I'll take a tiny bit of this blue paint. Don't need much at all. Mix it with a little bit of the water there on the edge of the brush. And just drop. Nope, this needs a bit more water. And just drop it in.
I nearly dipped it in the tea.
Can you see that? So you mix some blue with some water. So now your blue is probably not going to do that, but then you can sort of just move the blue paint around.
Okay, I'm going to try. Just a little dab of blue on the brush.
Put a little bit more at the back there.
Blue.
This is very wet. Made a puddle. And you can, if you've got too much water on your brush, you just sop it off with the tissue. You can brush it down.
And I just take all the water.
You can take all the excess water off your brush with the tissue. Whoops, I've gone into blue violet a bit. That's all right. Don't need to be too perfect.
No one's perfect. Now I just paint the blue one.
Yeah, you can actually drop the blue in. If it's wet, you can drop the blue paint in. You'll need probably a little bit more water in your blue tie. It is a water paint. You just brush it in. And I can make it darker by adding...
Looks like blue blood.
I can make it darker by
Looks
adding
like that
more
mana
paint.
potion we had on that D&D day.
It does. More paint up the top.
And it's
make it more
bleeding
blue.
into the blue violet and the blue green.
Did you get it too wet on the edges? Maybe. That's all right though.
It's too wet.
Because have a guess. Have a guess what we're gonna
dry it.
be doing. We're gonna be mixing it.
And now do I use the water or do I take the
So
paint?
now, do you want to wash your brush? Or you're gonna need to let that dry. So, okay. So why have we started with blue, yellow, and red? Does anyone know?
Because they're the primary colours and they're what we have on our palette.
And what can we do with the primary colours?
We can make secondary colours.
Yep, that's right. So do you want to paint the primary colour boxes as we go? So we can do the blue one if you like first. Paint the primary blue colour box.
Can I do the red first?
You can do the red first if you
I'll
want.
do red, blue, yellow.
I'm going to do blue because I like blue the best. That's why I start.
I'm going to put blue in the second. Or I could do blue, red, yellow because it's cyan, magenta, yellow.
If you've got too much water on your brush, if you're finding your paint is too watery, you can mop it up with your tissue. And if you're finding, Ty, that you've got too much paint on your image there, which you do, you can actually dry your brush and pull the paint off by putting your brush on the paint.
And just put this on the paint.
Yeah, because we're using watercolour paper. So the wonderful thing about watercolour paper is it's actually got a gelatin coating on it.
Jelly. Yum.
Jelly, and that helps us actually work longer on top of the paper before it
so
soaks
all
in.
I need to do is put it in the fridge and then I have jelly paper.
No, that's not how it works. It's a size made with gelatin.
Take the cover off.
So now I'm going to do this red. Now, so this red is actually an orangey red. It's a warm red. So you can see it's sort of orangey. And if you want, I actually have a cool red, and you can mix that with the orangey red to make it less orange. Or you can take just a dab of blue too and mix it into your red. to make it less orange.
Let's see. Let's see. I want to put my red right here.
A bit more water.
Ooh, this looks a lot like orange, this red.
It does, doesn't it? Do you want another red that is a cooler red that you can mix with it?
It looks like I've brewed on orange. Hey, look! I made some orange juice.
Yes. Oh, no, don't actually drink it.
Tyron. Oh, you've put a lot of red on. You've used a lot of paint, Ty. You've actually used too much paint. That's not going to dry.
Mummy?
You've
So do
used
I
it.
use the sticks?
No, so what you do is you take your paintbrush and you can lift it off
Mummy, can I please have the other
and wipe it back on your palette by just twisting your brush slightly.
May I please have the other red?
You'd like to put a little bit of the other red. The other red's a very pink red because it's a cool red.
Actually, it's magenta.
Sure.
May I please have some of the other red?
So much red on that. Oh, sure,
Actually,
brush.
do you mind if I use the cool colours instead of the warm?
Well, we have to use a bit of both actually because we're making tertiary colours after this. But I will get you out. Whoops. Right off my chair. I'll get you out a bit of crimson.
Crimson.
Crimson is
slicer.
a cool red.
Can you just put a little bit of...
Yeah, and if you mix half of crimson and half of vermilion, what you will get is a true red,
I like the crimson.
which has no bias. Now, you can probably mix yours directly on your paper, if we're honest, Ty.
Do you think I should just mix them both?
Not the entirety. Like, you don't want to mix totally because one's a warm red and one's a cool red. So if I take a bit of that one there and a bit of that one there and mix them together, we should get
That cool
a
red's
red
very
that has
nice,
no colour bias.
but then cool red's kind of like maroon.
Painted up there. It's crimson. So it's closer to the colour of blood. Here we go.
Close to the colour of Jesus.
Sure, close to the colour of Jesus' blood.
I'm gonna put some murder evidence on it.
Murder evidence.
Put some fake murder.
Do you know if you paint in blood, because I tried this when I was your age, it turns brown when it dries.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Doesn't make a very good art pigment.
Why?
It just does. Now I'm going to wash my brush out a bit.
Now I'm gonna put some on my hand.
I have a lot more water.
Watercolour my hand.
And just...
Oh, I love orange juice.
Hi, Ran. Do not drink your paint water. It won't taste good.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna get so many views just because of my silliness.
Sure.
Oh crap, the table.
I'm pretty sure
Who crapped
Mommy's
the
gonna
table,
make
is it?
money off of
I'm gonna crap
YouTube.
on the table.
I'm pretty sure... No, I'm doing this for family. I'm pretty sure Bonnie's going to be our first viewer.
You're gonna get the most.
Maybe
views
Cousin
ever.
Amber. Okay, so yellow.
I'm gonna have a shout out from my.
So this is actually a cool yellow, so it's quite a... It's like a yellowy green tone. It's a lemon yellow.
A yellow green tone.
A yellowy green tone.
Oh, a yellow.
I actually don't have a warm yellow in my paint set, sadly, so I can't show you what a warm yellow looks like, but it's more of an orangey tone. I could probably make one. Okay. Tell me when you are finished with your primary colours, my friends.
I think I might...
I'm messing around too much. I'm gonna get my 6.
And this is just a worksheet I downloaded off the internet,
that's-
but I'll try and find the source. I cannot remember where I got it from. I've had it for a long time. Oh, Ty. What are you doing?
Making it look
You're
like
using
someone
too much
colored
paint. You're not mixing any water with it. You know it's watercolour, right? It spreads further and paints
And
better
now I
generally.
just turn that off.
Look at Yue going. She's quite
Oh
good.
my gosh, it looks like I made a... it looks like swamp water now. I wouldn't want to drink that. There we go.
Okay.
Mr. Sandman,
So,
give me a drink.
Just while you're doing that, secondary colours. And we talked about these. How do you make them, Yue?
Oh, you add the primary colors.
Together.
Yep.
So we've actually got a section on our worksheet here down this bottom
Oh my
corner.
gosh, the blue and the yellow.
Oh,
green.
Ty, you're going to have to use the technique I taught you to take the paint off your sheet.
Yes.
No. No, too much paint. You've got to roll it on your palette, your brush. Not on your tissue. Roll the paint onto your palette. You don't want to waste your paint. Paint's expensive, like really expensive. Do you need some help?
Oh, it's lime. I made lime. Now
Whoops.
it's light colours.
Okay, hang on. So
Can't wait
you've
to see
got
how
to
many views I'm
roll
getting.
and lift
We're getting.
to take the paint off your work.
We're gonna have so
You
many
are
views.
mixing it with the blue, which is not great. Take that for a second. So see how wet your paints are? Now this is where you use your tissue gently when there's not tons of paint on. You can actually sop up paint, but it sops up the water too.
So now I've just put more blue on it.
Now you very gently, you know, you don't need more blue paint. You just need to
Be careful.
not use so much. So let's get your other brush, which is very red. And we'll take some of your red off. You've got too much red. But that is a proper good red.
Do you want to mix some more?
No, I just want to take it off your work. Okay.
Mix the crimson cipher.
Your blue here is quite wet, so you don't need any more water. So we just
Rat-a-tat-tat.
take the extra water off and just take a bit of the blue from there. And you can make it darker by adding more pigment. So this is pigment mix. So
I'm
some
a pig.
normally the pigment is
Pig
bound.
basement.
Normally the pigment is bound with gum arabic, which is an art supply. But in olden times they used to use honey.
They used to use honey ball.
They used to use honey. All right, let's get you another tissue. There you go. That one's wasted.
What are we going to do?
So now you've got to fill out your red and yellow sections here.
And then
Here's your yellow.
Oh.
It's already got enough paint on it.
All right, I'm going to. All
That's
right.
your fresh tissue. I'll get you another one actually. Sorry, reaching in front of the camera.
Actually, what do I do now?
You're filling out your red and your yellow on your color wheel. We haven't mixed many colors, but we did make a true red. So,
I will use my true red.
all right. So our next step after we've done that, because I think you are still going there as well, doing her yellow.
I think I'm gonna get this video.
She
so
knows that
many
you can
views.
spread the color with water. I think she's had more practice with watercolors than Ty has.
Be sure to subscribe, by the way.
I will be posting more art videos. Maybe some easier ones. All right, so here, now as I was saying, we've got down the bottom section of our worksheet. We've got secondary colours. So, who can tell me what colours we use in green? You tell me the first one.
Well, there's yellow.
So we use yellow. All right, I'll fill
And
out my
there's
yellow.
blue.
This is my yellow.
And blue. So if I put yellow here
Yes, thing rolling.
in my worksheet,
Why stop rolling?
then I put blue in the next one. Oh, need a bit more water.
Wow, that brown liquid was good. It was like chocolate tasting.
Are you talking about your cup of tea?
Yes.
Oh yes, be sure not to drink your cup of tea.
Be sure not to drink
If
your
you
cup of
stick your paintbrushes in it, it doesn't taste good. Also, it's
didn't
not
stick
great
my
for your
paint.
paintbrushes.
Mix.
Okay, so I've got blue and yellow, and that should make green. Is that right, Yue? So if I take a
This
bit
should
on my
make
palette
one.
here,
Mm-hmm.
and I put it there, and I take another bit because that's not quite enough.
That's good. Very good, Mummy.
Yeah, and I wash my brush.
This is a good red. All right, now I just fill out the good red.
Looks like I'm making a really cool cocktail over there.
Looks like I.
In my old wood.
Don't worry, I
Juice
ran out
jar?
of red paint, but I can cut my hand open.
Try run. And I mix it with yellow here, so that should give me green, right? Equal parts blue and yellow.
Yes. Equal parts.
So that means I can now paint green.
And then I do the.
Oh, you're right. I think it needs a
secondaries.
bit more yellow.
Do I do the
think I'm
secondary
gonna
color
get-
now?
I'm gonna.
Yes, you do the color mix chart down the bottom.
I'm gonna make my green now too.
Okay.
Gonna get.
Perfect. And make enough
Now,
that
to
we
make
can
orange,
mix.
I need to do a creepy lecture between the 4 and the 6.
I need yellow.
What the? Ty, you meant to be doing that on your palette. You need to be mixing enough paint that you can mix the tertiary colours later. Do you know what a tertiary colour is?
Yep.
No.
A tertiary colours are the colours between a primary and a secondary colour. So blue, green and yellow, green. So I can take my green here.
Okay, here's orange.
And if
Ta-da.
I add a little bit more yellow to it on one side. So I want more yellow on this side. And that should give me a yellowy green. Which goes here. Oops, except I'm sticking my hand in paint. Do you see? You it? See how I mixed and filled out my green, and then I mixed a little bit more yellow on one
I
side?
think I need a little bit more blue in my green.
No, yeah, I think
I
you
need
could
to
do with
wash
it. You
my
should be
hands.
about half green and blue to, yellow and blue to make green. And then you add another half of yellow again to make yellow green. And then I'm going to take a bit more blue
Gosh, how many views
and
is this
add
video
it to
gonna get?
the green that side, and that will make a blue green, hopefully. Oops, it's mixing a bit with the yellow. And that should make us a blue green. Perfect.
My paintbrush is no longer white.
Yeah, well, that happens to them. They're quite pretty when they're white though, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know some of the paintbrushes you get aren't white at all? They've got brown tips.
Why?
Well, they're not probably acrylic. They could be made of horsehair. You don't want hog hair brushes for watercolour though. Do you know what hog hair brushes are used for?
What?
Acrylic. There we go. So I've got a blue-green now as well. All right, so
this is my green.
I need to wash my hands.
all right,
Do
put
you
the
like
brushes
my
down. Go
green,
wash your
Mummy?
hands. Put them on your
Mummy?
tissue
Mummy,
or
do
in your
you
water.
like
Yeah.
my green?
I do like your green. It's quite pretty.
Okay.
You could paint a pine tree with that, maybe, or
Okay.
a fern.
Now I'm gonna put it in green.
So when I'm gonna make my orange now. So what do I need for orange? Need my red. I'll use my true red that I mixed earlier. What color do I mix with the red, Yue, to make orange?
Yellow.
Yellow. But we already knew that we had a warm red before, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Which will probably be the same color we get for our red orange. Okay, so do I need to use red anywhere else? Do I use red when I make purple?
Oh yes.
Yes, I do. Okay, I'll put red down there as well. I'll use up all of that. We can actually see that on the colour wheel, can't we? We know that the secondary colour is the colour we get from mixing the two primaries, and we have orange here and violet there.
Violet there. Scooby-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Now I need to mix. Now I need to.
Scooby-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Some and
More of this one.
okay, the yellow is placed.
Ty, don't kick that. It's our paint tray.
Alright, so should I make a green now?
Yes. So you wanna do this part too, Ty? Down here. Your secondary colours part of your worksheet.
I thought I was supposed to fill the colour wheel first.
You can do them at the same
Here
time.
comes my yellow green.
I take some
It's a
yellow.
sort of lime.
So now I'm
place
taking,
it
it is a
on
bit
the
like a
colour.
lime, isn't it? Your yellow green. I'm going to take a big wad of yellow there. Probably too much. And some of this red here, which is the orangey red. Oh, I'm going to try and get that off.
I don't think this paintbrush will ever be white
Pick up a
again.
bit of that red and mix it in too. And that should give me a nice bright orange.
Let's not be racist here.
What?
I said that this paintbrush would never be white again, and then I'm just like, oh, let's not be racist.
I don't understand.
Why is that racist?
Because you can't say, the paintbrush will never be. Oh wait, I don't get my own joke. It's about the paintbrush not being white.
I don't get it either.
It's not white people or black people. It's green people.
Number one, it's not a person, it's a paintbrush. You know, I made a paintbrush out of my hair when I was little.
What?
Well, you know, because my hair was soft and paintbrushes are soft, so I thought, why not?
So you painted with your hair? Time to put my head on it.
It didn't work very well. I wasn't very
Wait,
good at
does
making a
this
paintbrush. No, please don't. It does work, but don't. And it doesn't work with precision.
It's much too big.
Oops.
Unless you're painting on a giant piece of paper.
I wonder if I can erase that mistake I just made there.
Wee, I made a
I'll need
Oh!
Now I'm gonna
Oh,
now I'm
shoot.
gonna mix blue with the rest of my.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Shoot the
mix
pots.
blue with
Shoot
the
every
with some of my green as well.
I'm just trying to erase
think
that a bit.
I'm gonna mix blue with the rest of my green, so I get my blue green.
Fine.
Hey,
Okay.
blue green is aqua.
Yeah, you're right.
Ta-da, blue green.
Very good, you are. You're
This
doing
is-
really well.
Can you see the
I was
green
doing
and
well
blue
too.
green?
Actually, he's made a really nice green. It's a very good green, Ty. I think your green is truer to green than mine is. Mine was a little bit more blue than green. All right, so
don't have
red
much
plus
blue.
what makes orange? Do we remember?
I'm running out of
yes,
paint here.
yellow.
Red plus yellow. I do have more paint, but we only need a little bit. Oops, I mixed it with a bit of... Accidentally made a warm yellow. Haha. By mixing it with a bit of orange accidentally. Just left on my brush. Oh well. That's fine.
There's so much red.
Try and take some of that orange out. Okay. And
Do you
then...
like my color wheel so far?
I do like your colour wheel. What plus red makes violet?
My purple
Oh,
made
I
maroon.
know, blue.
Plus blue makes violet. Okay, I'll fill that out on my sheet.
Mommy, I can't make purple. It just makes maroon.
Can't make purple.
It's maroon now. I made maroon.
Which red are you mixing with it? The orangey red?
No, the crimson red. The
Okay.
mix with between.
Yeah, I
crimson
think
and
we can not put the orangey red on with the blue.
I think I need some more blue.
You need some more blue?
Yeah.
Your palette's a bit of a mess. Where am I going to put it?
Right here.
I've got true red.
You've got true red? Oh, you mixed yours together. Okay. Alright, let me
So
get you
yeah,
some
now
more.
all my
Do you want
green is
ultramarine?
gone.
For your blue Tyron? Ultramarine? Bring
all
your
my
palette across.
Ultramarine.
This is just some cheap watercolours I had laying around because I have a lot laying around. There you go.
I'm laying around in my bed.
Okay, now I'm gonna
Every
make
time I-
orange.
Because every time I
Alright.
sleep, I kind of have
I'm
trouble.
going to get my yellow and I'm going to mix it with a bit of my orange here
Every day.
and make it orangey yellow.
Waiting late too many days.
Yellow, orange. Here we go. Oops, needs a bit more water. Bit more water.
There we go.
Maybe a bit more yellow.
Purple. I got my
A bit more yellow in.
purple.
That'll work.
My violet. My dark violet.
Is it fun mixing colours, guys?
Yeah.
There's no indigo. Oh wait, blue violet. It's kind of like a. Is this a hue wheel?
No, this is...
I think I
actually,
should
yeah,
just blend
no,
these.
you're right. It is Hewell. My Tyron, you need more water. I can't see what that colour is. It just looks like black.
Yeah, it does. Dunno.
Sorry, you're right. It is a hue wheel.
And I need more yellow for my
Well, yours is
So that means I
yours is a hue wheel. Mine's more like a tint wheel because I've got a lot more water in it.
Mummy, do you think this is more of
Coronavirus
an orange? Mummy, do you think this is more of a red orange than an orange?
Oh, viewers do not get the coronavirus.
It's okay because what you'll do is you'll mix the other colours with your orange to create a different colour.
I think I just need
So
a
I'm now
little
gonna
bit
take-
more yellow.
Red. Here, I'm going to take this red, this crimson, and I'm going to mix it with my orange over
Actually,
here
why aren't we
to get
streaming this?
Okay, now I'm gonna make my red orange.
because sometimes it's easier to just upload a video, Ty.
Okay.
Now I'm going to do red orange. I think I need a bit more orange in my red.
Red and orange and orange and orange. I'm gonna go get some more water.
Mummy, does this look like red orange?
Yeah, it's
I'm
very
gonna
close
go
to what
get
we
some
had
water.
here, isn't it?
I'm gonna get some more water.
This warm red that we
I
had.
think
I think that warm red we had was a red orange. Because you can have warm and cool colours in all of them, you know. Maybe a bit more orange. And mix it straight on the thing.
This is my red orange. It looks a lot like my red.
Yeah, it gets very close.
Wait, I
Mine
think
does
I need
too.
I think I need a teensy bit of yellow for
I
mine.
think I need to give you the cool red to mix with the blue though, Yue, because it's not gonna...
But I've got true red.
I know you've got true red, but I'm going to give you a bit of the cool red to mix with your blue because it mixes better. Because they're both cool colours.
Okay.
Because the danger with violet is sometimes if it's got a bit too much yellow in it, it turns weird colours like maroon. So I take some blue and I take some red and I should, maybe a bit more blue in that mix. I should hopefully get violet. Let's just test it down the bottom corner there. Oh yes, I've got violet. Beautiful. It's a very dark colour. It's like a violet crumble. Does it look like a violet crumble to you, Yue? So I mixed the cool red with it, the blue, because the blue is also a cool blue.
Okay, now.
And we ended up with a nice
Orange. Now
violet colour.
I'm going to grab my orange. Let's see if it's a good orange.
There we go.
It needs to be a little. I
Been
think
rubbing my hands all over the primary colour spot. That's fine. Alright, now I'm going to take a bit of blue, right?
Perfect.
Yeah? Ty's struggling. Alright, blue, violet. So I need a bit of blue and a bit of violet, and I mix them together over here.
Why is Ty struggling?
I think because he's not used to art. We'll have to do some more with him.
Yeah, I'm not.
Ooh, look at that colour, Yue. I like that. That's more of a blue than a violet, but it's very pretty.
Now I'm gonna get my brush.
That's my
nice and
favourite
clean.
colour of ink in my pens.
Nice and clean.
Yeah.
Dab, dab, dab.
Do you like my blue violet, Yue?
And
Chum
that's
bucket
all
is
to dry.
My palette's looking very, very pretty now, aren't they? I only had to add one extra colour.
I'm gonna grab yellow.
A little
I'm
bit
gonna
of
mix
the
it with
cool
orange.
red.
I think I might need to
Eating
get
some.
my red orange to get
bit of the violet
my
again.
yellow. I had to use my red orange to get my yellow orange.
So this
Hey,
is my
look.
red violet, but
colour's
it's
kind of blue
very, look at that. It looks like cherries.
Is,
Does that mean cherries are red violet?
Mommy, I've kind of got a hue wheel on my palette.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it?
I thought cherries were red.
Cherries are
This
dark red.
This is a red. This is a red violet,
Okay.
which gives me a rich cherry colour.
Oh, you're right.
Looks like cherry juice when it gets all
Maybe
over your
you're
hands.
right.
Gone a bit onto the red there. Dab, dab. Oops. Too much. Dab too much.
Ooh, cherry juice.
So my colour wheel is done.
Mommy made cherry juice.
Now I'm gonna drink it.
Now,
All I need to do is drink the color wheel. Actually, Mom, what would happen if I did drink my color wheel?
if you drank your colour, like your water, your paint water,
No, this, if I drank all the paint. I drank up all the paint.
quite gross. Now,
Painful.
who knows what our cool colours on the colour wheel are?
Oh, I know.
Cyan, magenta, yellow.
Oh,
I don't
green,
have
blue,
cyan.
and violet.
Green, blue and violet.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
thought you said what the warm colors.
Oops, that's
Oh,
a
I
blue
just
violet.
realized I'm out of green.
That's okay, you can make some more.
Green?
Okay.
Why green?
Mix some more and make violet.
I don't think I made enough. Okay.
Green
So
or
violet is our cool colour. Yeah, so most purples are cool colours, but there are warm purples too. So like the red violet is a warm purple. And the blue violet is a cool purple.
I discovered this. Cyan, magenta, yellow.
So we know that violet
Same as
is a cool colour.
red, blue, yellow is the same as the CMY color model of blue, red, yellow.
And we know that green is a cool colour, as you had just said. Mix a little bit more up if I don't have enough. Oh, it needs a bit more yellow. Do we know what is common between green and purple? What is the common colour between green and purple that makes them cool colours? What colour is in both green and purple that is also a cool colour?
Blue.
That's right. So colours with
cyan.
blue in them.
What do you think I need to eat next to
Well, actually, we're using ultramarine, Kai. Colours with blue in them are cool colours, generally. Well, you can have warm blues as well.
Mommy, want to know why you should never eat cherries for breakfast?
Why?
It gives you the black spot. The black spot.
Tyron, you've been painting your hands again.
Yes.
I think this one needs a little bit more
A little bit more blue.
Okay,
So we've got our cool colours there. So Yue,
You think this will work?
or Ty, maybe Ty can answer me this one. Warm colours, Ty, on the colour wheel.
Oh, it works.
What are our warm colours on the colour wheel?
Oh,
Red and wait a minute. Red, blue, and yellow.
Red, blue, and yellow. I'll make true red again.
Wait,
Wait, blue? We've already got blue and cool colours.
Blue as well.
So red and yellow.
Green?
Now, if our other two primary colours, no, we've got green and cool colours.
This is crazy.
Dun, dun, dun,
So we've
The
got red.
warm colors are orange, yellow, and red.
Good job, Yue.
Orange and red.
It's orange, yeah.
I
Well,
don't get
because
this.
if your warm colours are red and yellow,
Too confusing.
and you mix them together, what do you get? Because they're both warm colours.
If I take some
Orange.
Orange, you're
Yellow.
right.
Oh, I
made
think
it
I
orange.
accidentally leaned on
red.
her.
Oh, yeah, that happens. That's why you're wearing your smock. Red in that corner there, I didn't move.
Make a mix here.
Ah! My red is escaping! Get back, fiend.
Oh, I made some more orange juice.
No, get out of my yellow. Out.
Lovely orange juice.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
That was good orange
Stay.
juice.
Stop bleeding. I should have waited until my red was dry.
That orange juice was actually not quite bad. It tasted
Alright,
like
now
actual
I'm going to get some
juice.
orange.
That actually
And my orange can go right
it
here.
actually tasted like orange juice.
Did you drink the paint water?
Yes.
Ew.
That's gross, Ty.
I was
I
joking.
don't have to take you to hospital.
Late April Fools. April Fools.
Is it April Fool's the entire month, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so what colours do we normally use when we're painting a picture of fire?
Yellow, orange, and orange.
Those colors.
The warm colours.
Because
And
fire
what
is
colours?
warm.
What colours would you normally use when you paint a picture of the cold night?
Ooh, the cold colors.
The cold colours. You're right.
Do you want to know why?
Now, did you know that yellow green is actually a warm green? So that tends to be a type of green.
You're correct.
We tend to use yellow greens for painting grass, don't we?
Yeah. This,
Oh, you leaned in your paint, you were?
oopsie.
But then
Wipe it
regular
off.
green is good for like a swamp grass.
I'm going to put your paint up here.
Swamp grass.
You're right. Blue-green would be good for that. My blue-green's more of a blue than a green. Okay. Does anyone know what monochromatic means?
It's two colors, white and something else.
No.
It's white and something. White.
What does mono mean? Mono's Latin. What does it mean?
It means one,
Yeah.
but
But watercolour doesn't use white hardly ever.
no, I mean the background. The background counts, otherwise it would just be a full black thing. So yeah.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Blue.
So
White.
now we have to, in the bottom corner, when you're done with your colour wheels and stuff, we're going to paint an example of monochromatic. We all know my favourite colour is blue, but I'm going to mix up some more violet. For this.
Why?
Yay! I spin.
Because this exercise wants me to paint something monochromatic. So I can use different tones, so I can have it lighter or darker, but I can't use anything but the colour I choose. This colour's going to be violet. So I'm going to
just
start
going to
from this
put
side.
my
I'm going to
whole
paint a really strong
Actually, why
violet.
didn't I just do it on here and use it as a stencil?
And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add just a dab of water into my brush and move that water down slowly,
I need to wash my hands.
which should Let me get
Now
a
it's
nice...
Now it's more red than anything else. So I'm going to just grab some blue and
More water.
make it violet again.
So this is monochromatic. So even though it's purple, so we often use monochromatic to mean black and white. Although I think it started because they used to do photos in sepia and that was just one tone. But this is monochromatic because it starts off as a dark violet, which is a shade, and violet is my hue, and then it goes to a tint, which is a paler version of my shade. So a pale version of my hue, sorry. So the tint is the paler one and the shade is the darker one.
Oh, now that's the perfect blue violet.
Mm-hmm. So we know what our tertiary colours are. They're the colours in between the primary and secondary colours. Do you know what complementary colours are, guys? Now that you've got your
really.
colour wheel.
Tertiary, you mean?
I know what
No, complementary.
I know what complement means. Is it like colours that complement each
That
other?
go together, yeah. That look really good together. Generally, those
Red
are
and
colours, not red and blue. It would be red and green. They're colours that are opposite each other on the colour wheel. So the opposite of red is green. What is the opposite of orange?
Ooh, I believe it.
No,
let's
the
see.
opposite of green is purple.
Blue.
No, the opposite of green is red on your colour wheel.
I thought the opposite of green
Purple's
is...
opposite yellow.
I thought the opposite
This
of...
is confusing me.
I thought
Oh, I'm
what
thinking
the
of
opposite
light.
of green it is
But
pink.
see how yellow-green looks really good with red-violet? So, I mean, that just looks like yummy cherries
This
to me.
looks- Oh, yellow, green, and
Yellow, green, and red-violet.
yeah, yellow, green, and red, violet. They look pretty good.
And blue, green, and red-orange look good together.
Can I draw cherries with yellow, green, and red violet?
You could definitely draw cherries with yellow, green, and red-violet.
Or I could draw a sunset scene. No, not a sunset. A
try
night,
and
a
draw a
harbor,
sunset.
a harbor.
A harbour?
The harbor.
With a blue ocean and orange boats?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you
Yeah,
could do a
orange
blue ocean and an orange sky. You could do a sunset at a harbour.
Oh. And then I put some white in the water. Time to do that now.
Wait, can I
Let's
try?
paint the whiteboard.
There's something I want to draw.
You're not seeing the whiteboard. I actually have.
I want to try and draw something. Okay, let's see. Okay, now I need some blue.
You're gonna do yours now, you ready?
I need some blue on here, on the secondary
Okay.
colors thing.
So here in my colour, this is my colour harmony compendium. So you have an achromatic scheme here. Ty, these are colour schemes. Bleh, I can say words. This is an achromatic. So this only uses black, white, and greys.
Now I'm getting
Isn't that called monochromatic? Sorry, not monochromatic. Grayscale.
No, this is achromatic. So this is without colour
Which is grayscale.
because black and white are not colours. This is an analogous colour scheme. This uses any three consecutive hues or any of their tints and shades on the colour wheel. So consecutive. So yellow, orange, yellow, yellow, green, for example. I think this one uses red and orange and probably red-orange. A tint of red-orange.
By the way, we stole orange from the fruit. But if we didn't steal orange from the fruit, then what would we call what we currently call red orange?
I don't know. Sometimes inside of there are some grapefruits that have the inside as a
Red,
red-orange.
yellow, or something?
Who knows?
Yellow, red,
So a
red, yellow,
flash
red, red, yellow,
scheme-
red, red.
Flash scheme tie combines a colour
Red,
with
yellow,
the
and a
hue
red,
to the
red,
right or
yellow,
left of its
red,
complement
red,
on the
yellow,
colour wheel.
red,
So
red, yellow.
blue and yellow orange or blue and yellow orange or blue or red orange. So this one here in this book uses blue and red orange. Then you've got the complementary scheme, which is the colour directly opposite. So this one used the red violet and the yellow green, like we said. Although their red violet's a bit more purple than mine is. Then you've got the monochromatic colour scheme. Ty, get your feet off the paint. Monochromatic colour scheme uses one hue in combination with any or all of its tints and shades. So that is our basic colour scheme. So that has told you what analogous colours are.
What?
They're the 3 consecutive colours. So if you start at yellow orange and use yellow and yellow green, that's an analogous colour scheme. Or orange and it's 2 to the side of it. Yellow orange and red orange.
So, red and green go good together?
Okay, so we've got some more colour schemes too.
Red and green would
More
Colour scream.
colour streams. What about pink and green? Well, pink would be a tint of red. See how my red up the top here looks like pink? That's because it's a tint of the colour of the hue, which is red.
0.
So a neutral scheme uses a hue which has been diminished or neutralised by the addition of its complement or black. So its complement would be the one that's opposite on the colour wheel. Split complementary scheme consists of a hue and the 2 hues on either side of its complementary colour. So yellow and blue violet and red violet. And a primary scheme is a combination of the pure hues of red, yellow and blue. Then you've got the secondary scheme, which is a combination of the secondary hues of green...
Scheming.
Secondary hues of green, violet and orange. And then you've got the tertiary triad scheme, which is one of 2 combinations, red, orange, yellow, green and blue, violet, or blue, green, yellow, orange and red, violet. And all of them are equally distant from each other on the colour wheel. Yellow, orange, red, violet, blue, green. So there you go. Because there are 6 tertiary colours, not 3. So to have a colour scheme that only consists of 3, you've got to take the 3 that are equally distant from each other on the colour wheel.
Huh? So, I'm just going to do this.
Are you using your detailing brush, Ty, even though I said we wouldn't need it for this lesson?
Yep. Just for blood details.
Yeah, but you need more water on it or you're going to ruin the tip.
Oh, okay. Just
All
soak
right.
it then.
I'm gonna have some red and I need some green.
Hey, there's like a personal quiz on colour here. We should put that in our description on our YouTube
Can I
channel.
not use these yellow, orange and red orange for this? Wait.
You don't?
Oops, I did the wrong one.
That's all right. Tertiary colours are
What were they again?
any colour. You can just write in there, you know. It's any colour that is between a primary colour and a secondary colour on the colour wheel.
Ooh.
Tertiary, so you know how primary is like primary school and then you go into secondary school? Do you know what uni is called? Another name for uni?
Tertiary school.
It's tertiary education.
I actually
So primary education, secondary education, tertiary education. So it's the 3rd level.
Do you remember?
And for all you American viewers, if you're watching, that's called elementary school instead of primary.
This is true.
And there's no middle school here.
We do not have middle school here, no.
What
It's part of our secondary school.
What even is middle school?
Middle school and high school. So middle school in America is like years 7 to 9 here.
Oh.
You've got tissue. Tissue. Don't
And
wipe it on
year
yourself.
11 to 12 here, we have the years called VCE.
Okay, I'm getting.
That's only Victoria, actually.
Yeah.
I think
Here.
it's called HSC in the other states. Because it's a Victorian Certificate of Education here. Okay. So,
I think they were like
We started
colours
talking
like
about
red,
schools.
my
violet.
colour wheel.
Was it like colours like red, violet,
Hey guys.
or blue, violet?
Colours like red violet and blue violet.
Like that colour?
Well, that's very pretty. That's a red violet, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
I think you need more water. I might go change out your water.
Do you want me to do it? Because I'm about to change mine. So just...
Guys, do you think we've shown enough for other people to be able to do their own lessons?
Yep.
Yeah? Alright, we'll shut the video down.
There's no more videos.
Your turn. Yeah, there'll be more. See you next time.